Okay, today, antiderivatives. What would make, the derivative of what would make t to the 8th power? No. That would be the derivative of t to the 8th. T to the n plus 1. So it would be t to the 9th with, over, or with a 1/9 in front of it. Because if you take this times this, that cancels to get a coefficient of 1. Correct? Okay, that's a big thing you have to understand, is the coefficient in front. So this would be 1/9 t to the 9th plus c. And you're going, what's plus c? Well, what if this was like 4 and we took the derivative of it? What's the derivative of 4? 0. So it disappears. So that's what we get. So 1/9 t to the 9th. Okay. So Andrew was kind of remarking about m plus 1 and this and that. And oh, he was totally on it. Okay. How do you find it? Well, you take x to the m plus 1 divided by m plus 1, or 1 over m plus 1, x to the m plus 1, if it's a very basic one. Okay, so what would this be? I like to put it out front, so 1/11 x to the 11th. Okay, x to the 1/3 power, oh, crud. Okay, if we add 1 to x to the 1/3, what do we get? 4/3. So if we divide it by 4/3, it's really a 3/4 in front. That's why I like to put it in front. Okay, so it's easier to understand. Because this times this is 1. Got it? Okay, just making sure. So that's what goes in there. X to the -2. So what's -2 plus 1? -1 with a -1 in front, because when we do the derivative, -1 times 1 is a positive 1. Okay? So do the derivative to check that your integration is correct. All right. So this one, this is easy. Okay? What's this one? Negative, negative 1, not third, 1/4 x to the 4th, minus, and then what's a variable going to be first of all? X squared. So 2 times what is 8? 2 times 4 is 8. So that's how you get the coefficient. And then plus 5x plus c. Okay. So if you take the derivative of this, it should be this. Okay, that's what we're doing. What in the heck is this? Well, this is the cube root of x to the 7/3 dx. So if we integrate x to the 7/3, we get x to the how many thirds? 10/3. Because 7/3 plus 1, 7/3 plus 3/3 is 10/3. So what goes in front of it to cancel out the power? 3/10. Okay. Ooh, this one. It's a lot easier than it looks. Yeah, divide everything by x. So it's the integral of 2x squared plus 5x minus 2. If we integrate that, 2x squared becomes what? X to the 3rd. Two-thirds x to the 3rd. Because if you take the derivative of 2/3, 3 times 2/3 is 2x squared. Nope, not right now. Okay, plus x squared. What goes to make a 5 in front? 5 halves minus 2x plus c. And the plus c will be there for you, so you don't have to worry about that. On this one, what would you do first? Distribute. You guys are on the ball. So it's the integral of 18x minus 3x to the third. Integrate it. How do you integrate 18x? 9x squared, because it becomes x squared. What times 9 is 8? What times 2 is 18? 9 is. Minus, and this is x to the fourth. How do we get a 3 in front? 3/4. All right. Now, when we divide by x, that's 4x to the negative first. If you add 1, what does it become? X to the 0. But is the derivative of 4x to the negative first? No. This is where natural logs come in, the negative 1. So if you see something like this, okay, this is 4 natural log of x, because if you take the derivative of the natural log of x, remember it's 1 over x. So that's how you get 4 over x. So that's 4 natural log of x, and I guess you need to put it in absolute values. I'm not so concerned about that, but yeah. Okay, e to the x. What's the derivative of e to the x? E to the x. So negative 3 e to the x is negative 3 e to the x, because the first derivative of negative 3 e to the x is negative 3 e to the x. Okay, plus c. Calvin, you catching all this? Okay, good, because you were working on a problem on your computer. Just making sure you're catching this as well. So it would be that one. Sine. What has a derivative of it that is sine? Cosine. So the derivative of cosine is negative sine, right? So you have to do the opposite. So you have to go negative with that. So it's going to be negative. It's going to be positive 7 cosine of x. Because if you take the derivative of positive 7 cosine of x, you're going to get negative 7 sine of x. Okay? So when it's sine, integrating sine is just the exact opposite of taking the derivative of sine. Because the derivative of sine, you don't change the signs. But the integral of sine, you do change the signs. The integral of cosine, you don't change the signs. But the integral of, or the derivative of cosine, you do change the sign. So, yeah. So try not to get mixed up on that. So negative 36 cosine of x, or negative 36 cosine dx. Negative 36 sine. Let's see. That's it. That's what we were doing today. So antiderivatives. There's only 66 minutes in today's lesson. So I will put out enough videos for you to watch to make up for more than that 66 minutes, I'm sure.